shift together here from the D-line. They'll come out in the pistol. Now Roethlisberger on first down. And left side here, it's Graham. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race, and it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that. First drive, pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game, getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Heading out as the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
And a long way to go for the offense here on second down. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Here's Roethlisberger. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
On third down, Roethlisberger going down the middle, and it's complete. Good use of the pass there to pick up the first down against a defensive look that they had specifically prepared for, they told us, coming into this one.
Certainly seems like they're holding all the right cards now, doesn't it? Because of their preparation. Went back, watched the tape, studied the tendencies, and they feel like they had them down cold, and they were able to use the pass against them.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And Graham's got it, complete. And he's brought down. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
1 receiver left, 2 to the right. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Then to throw again. Throwing left side, it's complete. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They go play action here on first down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They come out here in the eye. First and goal, they'll look to, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his second touchdown on the season. And the Texans are an extra point away from taking the lead. Extra point forthcoming. And his kick is right through. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First down, Winston. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. And one advantage for this offensive unit is the big target, Mike Evans.
Play to his strength, his size and catch radius. Throw it up there, let him go get it.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. On 3rd down, Winston. He's got Evans. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45.
Jameis Winston and Mike Evans came into the league 1 year apart. They're going to continue to grow together. How about their first connection in this game?
Yeah, in the first 2 seasons for Mike Evans, both over 1,000 yards. What a way to start an NFL career. And he'll give it here to his running back. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The offensive line and its ability to open holes in this defensive front, something they were confident they could create in this game. Got the job done there, picked up the first.
And something they wanted to do. Have we ever met offensive linemen that don't want to fire out and hit people? I mean, they love the running game. Guys want to do that. And when you emphasize it, practice it, and work on it, that gives you an opportunity during the game.
Jameis now on first down. He's going to loft one. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Their dangerous wide receiver. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead. The point after now for Aguayo. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And the Texans set to come onto the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
And if this offense is going to flow today, certainly the running back will be a key piece.
Without a doubt, because they asked their runner to not just do that, but to block, to catch, to help set a tone for their offense.
They go play action now. Roethlisberger, he's got time. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. That goes for a gain of 31. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things out. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Play action. Now Roethlisberger. Oh, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
They come up in an offset eye. 3rd and 2. Now Roethlisberger. The catch made by Miller. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down, and that's what he just did.
Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
They go play action with Roethlisberger. Rolling to his right, and the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down in bounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back?
Now hold everything here. We're going to timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
Here's the punter Gay now to send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So out come the Bucs now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
On 2nd down, Winston again. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Over the middle to Evans. A gain of 11 and a first down.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Incomplete over the middle, Safarian Jenkins. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. So the offense has it 1st and 10. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll come out in the pistol. Winston now from the 50. And this is caught by Evans. And he's brought down. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And they'll run it here. And not much running room. Down to the 32. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7. Second down, Winston. He finds his target. It's Evans. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. Fresh set of downs here. One receiver to the left is Evans. From the red zone now, Winston. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. They come out here in the eye. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can sneak one more good play in before the 2-minute signal.
And time for us to take a break here in the booth. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll make it 2nd down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. Now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. But I think a Texan player was able to get his hands on it, and they will indeed hold on to the ball and the possession.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Ben on 3rd and long. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, 4th down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
It's taken to the 26. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. And they're going to speed things up here.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front. As we send you cross-state to Orlando to check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This one taken from the 7. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And he comes back with one complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And now it's a 3rd and 4 situation for the offense. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Over the middle to Evans. A pickup of 5 that time and a 1st down.
I don't know about you, but I feel like there's a little extra juice when you see Jameis Winston connect with Mike Evans early. And when they do it often, this team is really energized.
Well, Evans at 6'5", those long arms, that's so tough to defend.
And he surprises you with how fast he is because he looks like he's just loping along, and all of a sudden you're 10 yards behind him, and Jameis Winston finds him.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That play never got off the ground because of the defensive front. They owned the offensive line, which allowed the linebackers to see their openings and run straight to the ball. That's why that play just never had a chance.
Let's go now.
Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Seferian-Jenkins. And it's 3rd down. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. On 3rd down, Winston. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Here's Brian Anger now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Levante David in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
All right, here we go. Two, 30. These 2. Check 3. Alert. Kill.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. He's going to go for a big play downfield. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Now Roethlisberger. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And at this stage, down in the 2nd half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits.
And he fires one that's intercepted. A great weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 40. Past the 20. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Aguayo on for the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to.
And got his man complete. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Texans cut into that lead. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Let's go now. Blue lady. Sonny. Double up.
Jameis now on first down. That's complete. Middle of the field to Humphreys. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side.
Easy. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Second down, Winston. And complete over the middle, Safarian Jenkins. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Shift together here from the D-line. And he'll give it here to his running back. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. And on 2nd and 10 now.
Ready. White 25.
Now Jameis on second down. Over the middle to Evans. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Face mask penalty, and Charles, you were a defender. You know sometimes in the heat of the moment, it's hard to keep your hands away from that face mask.
Sometimes you just get out of position as a defender when you're trying to make a tackle, so you end up flailing away, and your hand gets into the wrong spot.
Ready.
The slot man in motion right. And to give this time to the tailback. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. So 2nd and 10 here. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Back now in Tampa. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Hey, hey, hey. You got three. You got three. Three down. Three down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. This will be fielded at the 8. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
That's true.
That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Noah Spence in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put it in.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jaquez Smith in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Another pistol look here. On second down, Roethlisberger looking left side. He's got it complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
And 21 yards there as they convert on third. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Noah Spence in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Miller, the lone setback. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. His throw incomplete.
And that one was knocked away, and I think the defender's going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it to him. And that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Now Ben on 3rd and long. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jaquez Smith in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Let's go now. Keep these two.
Here we go. It's Roethlisberger on fourth down. He's got pressure coming, and they got him once again. Noah Spence able to disrupt yet another pass play, his third sack of the afternoon. And the defense definitely showing blitz here. Winston now from the 50. And Brate, the tight end's got it. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That will be their third and final stoppage, as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. Now Jameis on second down. He's going to loft one deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep in Houston territory. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
And now a first down following that long gain. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there. His third touchdown of the game and fourth on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed two, but this one is good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back.
Under pressure, they got him again. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
It appears that the pressure is affecting him today. Normally, he knows exactly when to get rid of the football. But today, because he's been hit a few times, he's getting rid of it a little bit too quickly.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a third time. Picked up by Levante David. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They take over with great field position. They've got the big lead. Most would say they should kneel it, but the key word there is should. You never know here.
You never know. That's the exact play that should happen. But some people like stats. You know, some people like to put more things up on the board, but kneel down is usually the right play here.
We'll see what they do in this situation. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They're looking to throw this. Winston over the middle to Evans. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And another Winston to Evans connection. Mike Evans, he didn't play football until his senior year of high school. He was such a good basketball player down in Galveston, Texas. But I think he's happy he picked football up.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. I would have loved to have been around those conversations. The head basketball coach, the head football coach. Since it was high school, maybe it was the same guy. You never know. And saying, I need this guy out on the field. But it's worked quite well for him. And Jameis Winston's so happy to have him on his squad.
And they've got the lead in this one because of those two. They come out here in the eye. First down. Here's the run with Martin. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Second down, Winston. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Buccaneers, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Bucs are winners here as we say so long from Tampa.